Imagine this. You are a new RBT. You just finished pairing with your client. You had an amazing session. And then the daunting task hits you. Da-da-da-da. You got to do your session notes. All right. I'm here. Have no fear. I know those session notes, especially in the beginning, can be a little daunting, but have no fear. Your girl, Christina, is here. All right. So, if you're new to my channel, my name is Christina. I am an RBT, which is a registered behavior technician in Maryland. And also I am currently finishing off my last semester at Pepperdine University and studying applied behavior analyst. So back to it. Session notes. What are they? Why is it important? Like, who invented them? I don't know who invented them, so don't ask me. But anyway, why are session notes important? Session notes are important because they pretty much are the insurance requirement to ensure that the client receive the services that the insurance is paying for the client to receive. Also, it verifies you to actually do what you were supposed to do with your client in that session. And it also ensures that you get paid for your work that you've done with your client in that session. So those are the main reasons why session notes are important. And I'm here to just help you out on how to go about in attacking it and how to go about completing them all together. Here we go. So the main components of a session note, you have to have the date of the service that you pretty much provided your service with your client. That's important. The date and also the time frame that you had your service with your client. The other thing that's important is the session activity. So there are 6 main types of session activities that you can do with your client. One being NET, which is also known as natural environment training. Another is discrete trial training, or DTT. The other is daily living skills. Another is man training, social skills, and also community skills. I know those are all, like, you might be thinking, what are those things? And don't worry, I'm going to break it down for you. So NET, and I'm just going to give you the gist of it because in the future I will be demonstrating with my cousin how a few of these sessions could look like in your session. So anyway, NET, that's natural environment training, and that is pretty much when the client is taking lead. An example of this could be you're with your client, and let's say you're in the backyard and the client has trampolines, they have some balls back there, and let's say they have some swings back there too. NET-based training would be the client running to the swings and like going back and forth on the swing, and you are engaging with your client while they're on the swing. And you pretty much are running your program, maybe not the whole entire program, but coming up with different types of questions or with the actual program that you have from your BCBA, you're running those programs with your client. So, and also it's the most important thing is that it is client led, they're the boss of the session. If it is DTT, which is discrete trial training, that is more therapist led. And that is usually when it looks as though you're at a desk and the client might be sitting right in front of you or maybe right next to you. And you guys the therapist is asking the client different types of questions. So the client has to pretty much respond. And it could be perhaps pointing. It could be perhaps taking off Velcro from an image or something, or an image or a picture. It could be responding like answering. So the responding can look in many different ways. And once again, I will have a demonstration video of how a DTT session could look like in this video coming up. Also, let's say it is a daily living skill or skills that you guys are working on inside of the session. Daily living skills could be perhaps learning how to brush your teeth, putting on your shoes. It could be learning how to put on their t-shirt. Anything that you do on a daily basis. And yeah, like those things that I've just mentioned. Usually you might find those sessions perhaps being like total task analysis or backward chaining or forward chaining. Once again, don't worry, I will show you those how those will all look in future videos. I got you, don't worry. Let's say it's a man training. I love mans. Man is another word for like command or request, and that's when your client is making a request from you or from a caregiver or from whoever there or from whoever is present inside of the session. A quick example of a man training could look like this. Let's say you're playing with a toy. It's a lion, you know? You're playing with the toy. Your client sees that you're playing with the toy. The client, and you're like, oh my goodness, look at this lion. This lion looks so cool. It looks so fun. Oh, this is such a cute lion. And your client is like, ooh, I want to play with a toy. Maybe your client might just grab the toy, like grab the lion, but you don't want to encourage the client to just grab the lion. Or the toy. You want him or her to say, pretty much might want the client to actually say lion or say, can I have the lion? Depending on where the client is verbally. You could, so instead of pretty much wanting the client to grab the lion, you can have it like close to you or like kind of midway in front of you and the client and be like, what do you want? And the client would probably might say roar. Maybe the client might just point to like, I want that, you know? Or the client could say lion, I want toy. Various types of responses that could be acceptable depending on what the client's goal is and what the program is for the client. Okay. So let's say it's a social skills that you guys are working on. That could be inside of like a clinic, perhaps. And let's say it's with other peers, and there's so many different types of social skills that your client could work on. It could be perhaps it could be manding, like going up to a peer, asking that peer a question. It could also be responding to that peer. It could be just, there's like so many different things. Kind of think about like when you're out with your friends and different things that you like engage in, and you're trying to increase that socialization for that client to achieve. Don't worry, I'll show you. I have like many cousins. So I'm going to demonstrate how that's going to look like in a future video. Don't even worry about it. Community skills. Community skills, that is when you're out in the community. You can be at a grocery store. You could be at a park. You could be at a grocery store, park, anywhere in the community, a library perhaps, and you can even be outside and you can be walking. Let's say you're walking outside. I like that example. We're walking outside and we're teaching the client safety skills, safety community skills. And one could be stopping while they're at a crosswalk and to look left, look right, you know, and look again and ensure that it's safe to cross the crosswalk. Yeah. So that's a quick example of a community skill. All right. So your actual session note will have the fact of what you did inside of the session. So, and also I will have a link, or not even a link, but a document attached under this video of how a session note would look like. And my pretend client is Mickey Mouse. And so how I usually start my session note is, at the beginning of the session, Mickey Mouse and the RBT did X, Y, and Z. I speak in third person because I don't want my name to really be a part of the actual session note. I don't really use like my client's name in a sense of like their full name. I use initials. So instead of saying like full on Mickey Mouse, I might just have MM. And so the session note really is like 3 to like 5 sentences of what you did with your client, regardless of whatever, session activity that I just mentioned above in this video that you did or that you completed with your client in that whole entire session. So also inside of your session notes, you need verification, some type of system of verification. And that could vary from company to company with whatever type of tool or resource that they utilize to verify that you actually were with your client. Perhaps you might need a parent signature, because again, I do in-home services. And so you might need a signature, you might need, maybe there's some type of GPS that they might utilize on your cell phone or something of the sort. So that pretty much varies from company to company, and that's something you should look into based off the company that you work with. All right, well, thank you guys for listening to my channel. Once again, I will actually have way more videos posted, and just to kind of like help you out through this whole entire process, it's your girl Christina signing off from ABA. Yay! All right, so you guys take care and have a good one. Bye.